Get it, we're alive.
Smother my vocals in peanut butter and pull up with your cuppa. Good morning from the 808 Breakfast Banter. Woo, woo, woo. Happy Tuesday, fam. Again, that tunnel at the end of the tunnel at the end of the bright. The light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, I got there in the end. That's my dyslexia. Come on. It's getting brighter. And
it's getting brighter, bro.
Yeah, here, bro. How are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. I've had, I feel like I'm starting to turn the page a little bit. I'd say for the last 2 weeks, it's probably been the hardest of lockdown for me. Even though we went to 3, I've been probably at my lowest. We put on a big front for our community because, you guys don't pay us to be down and out and talk like this, because that just sucks, right? You come here for the big part of your day, and but sometimes, and this is kind of like us being a bit vulnerable, and it's probably a bit heavy first thing right off the bat, but
let's go. I got you.
You get really, and you've probably been the person I've spoken to the most in lockdown, you and Fee, because of the stuff that we've been doing. And I honestly can say, and I was thinking about it this morning, right? I was walking the dog and I was like, if it hadn't been for you and my coaches, because Carly, and I got to say sorry to Carly because she would message me a lot and go, "Are you all right?" And I wouldn't reply because I'm well known for that. If it wasn't for them and for you guys, I don't know if we would have survived. In all honesty, it was, the days that I'd wake up and I'd be like, I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to go coach. I don't want to do anything. But then I knew that, but my community needs me and I need to do it and I need to get up. And then, like you said, the banter gets you going. And I was like, like this, I do look forward to this. And so I feel like going back to your original, I feel like we've turned the leaf, level 2's coming. And I feel like I've gone through my sort of rough period. And as you can see behind on the board, I have a huge shopping list of shit to do today. So I'm pretty excited. And I've done a lot already.
Bro. That's me, like especially starting this morning off a bit vulnerable and getting a little teary just because those are the feels. And I mean, I know what it feels like when you are the front or you are the core of what it is, and you can't show that. And there's only that certain people that are there that can trigger those emotions from you and just keep you above water. And I take my hat off to you, bro. I adore you and I respect you. And again, I thank you for giving me this opportunity to just be here in front of everyone, yarning every day. But again, this whole process has been a test for us, in my opinion. And I believe that we're all going to come out of this a little bit wiser, a little bit stronger. And I again, everyone that tunes in every morning, all of our community, in the 808 community and not in the 808 community, I adore you all for helping each other stay above water. And that's what we did. As a village, we continue to keep the village strong, but what we did was we all kept each other above water. And even if on those days, bro, you didn't feel like coming or turning on your computer or training, and you still got shit done. And that's what it's about. And everyone coming together for those moments. So a little vulnerability for the morning, but that's good. Sip on your cuppa.
The nectar of the gods, man. And you brought up a real good point, right? The community, but it's not just that; it's the wider community, right? We've been able to reach people who aren't part of us, as a gym. But the banter is more than just that, right? We want to try and be just a vehicle for people to come in and have a yarn or listen to something a little bit different to probably what they would normally listen to, and talk a bit of grief, and it's been really good for me. I've been able to connect with some people and stuff like that. So that's been really awesome, and that probably leads us into our first part, right? Which is where am I? Where we talk about how does level 2 impact you all, right?
Yeah.
Let us know, because it's huge. Like level 2 is, we're kind of coming out of the doldrums a little bit, and now we're kind of start to communicate with people. And I know a lot of us are starting to, do I shake a hand?
Yeah.
Do I give them a hug?
Do I give a hug? Yeah. How does level 2 impact you? Or let us know, definitely. Or if you've got a spare 5 minutes, jump on, have a yarn with us. I'm sure someone will be able to relate to you in some way or form. Level 2, how does it impact me?
Yeah.
I think it is the awkwardness of whether or not do I give you a hug because I've missed you for so long. Or it's like, yeah, absolutely, I'm a hugger, and that's the part where I'm like, I don't want us to be awkward because I don't want you to think that I've got corona, but oh, it's so good to see you. I think that'll be an impact, just how to socially compensate and like engage. That might be hard because we've been seeing everyone through screens. I mean, when I saw everyone on Sunday, I was like, whoa. And like my level of excitement just went through the roof. So controlling that will be hard as well, because I reckon it'll get so exciting to see everyone in one hit, and then the after effects of that might leave you a little bit flat, I reckon. I don't know. Just because it will be a spike of a different emotion. That's what I think. But I think it will be fine if we're all, again, looking up for each other, being aware. Kids go back to school. I bet you all the parents are excited for that.
Yeah. And it's interesting, right? Like, and for some of my ex-military people, you guys will understand this as well, right? So when we used to go away on operations, we'd be gone for 6 months. So you were literally basically in level 4 isolation for 6 months in the back blocks of Shitsville, right? And you were surrounded by just your little bubble of guys and girls that you hung out with, and you controlled all the rest of it. But then when you came back to New Zealand, it was a huge shock to us, because you're taking yourself out of this little bubble that you've been in, and all of a sudden, bang, you're back into society. And it used to I didn't really appreciate it until I got back from Afghan and how messed up I got as a result of it. I was this morning because I was like, oh, okay, how am I going to explain this? If you think about it this way, right? So when I was in Afghan, I literally had a pistol. I had a pistol and a rifle. And that pistol for 6 months never stayed off my hip. The only time it was not next to me was when it was next to me in bed. Other than that, I had a pistol on my hip 24/7. I had a rifle within arm's reach of me 24/7. So when I came back to New Zealand, I was incredibly naked for about a month, because I would look for it.
Yeah.
You'd look for, you'd feel for it. You'd feel for that. You'd feel for a lot of things. Driving on a road. Yeah. You'd see a piece of rubbish in Afghan on the side of the road, and you think, an improvised explosive device, it's going to be a problem. You're driving at 30k an hour, and that's fast in Afghan. And then you come to New Zealand, and all of a sudden you're trying to drive at 100k an hour, and there's all this stuff, and your sensors are going off because you're so attuned to driving with the sensors on. And Afghan, you come to New Zealand, you start to freak out and get a little bit. It was. Yes, that's true, Stace. You could get on the piss on level 4. You couldn't get on the piss in Afghan, but that's true. Like you'd find it really hard to adjust, and that's right. I think I've got to commend the government a little bit, because they actually bringing everyone back in without kind of like bursting. Yeah, it's way harder than people would think. It is. It is.
Like the adjustment, like because we adapt so fast. People don't realize how much we adapt, even though we don't want to, or sometimes we don't mean to adapt to something. But that's the part. Like you said yesterday, right? Everyone was frantic about level 4, and then by the end of that 4 weeks, everyone was like, "Oh, this is normal." And then that transition again, and I think, and that's why I keep on going on to everyone. It's like when change happens, it's got to be. It's going to happen whether we like it or not. In any circumstance, it has to happen. It's just like the weather, you know what I mean? And it's how you adapt, how you react to that. But going on what you were just saying, what we've got going on the screen, how you all doing in your mental health check? How is everyone doing? How's everyone coping? Is everyone all good? That's what I want to know. Some of you that might be...
Are you guys nervous going back to school?
Yeah, all the students. Are the kids nervous? What's the go? Like you just said, there's going to be change, and it's just how we adapt to that change.
Yeah, and a lot of people have reacted, incredibly different to what you think people react, right? Yeah. And there's people that you think that would be fairly level-headed, they probably have taken this quite hard, and that's completely understandable, because not everyone's perfect. And when you get a scenario like this, right, COVID-19, and this like a really unprecedented time for us. People have reacted in a silo that they think is correct for them, but that might not be the same for you. And then it's those interactions with people, and that's why it's super important that you be open to people's interpretation of what's happened. You know, like
that's a good point.
You know, oh, you should be doing this. So I was like, yeah, dude, I completely understand. I'm following the guidelines of the government. You may not agree with that, and that is your right to do that, and that's totally fine. And if you don't want to come back to the gym, dude, I get that. Like, no skin off my nose. I just want you to be really happy with your decision. Don't try to influence my decision. You know, and that's what you've got to be. Don't try and change people's viewpoint. If you think that, if you think it's
wrong,
in line with what you're thinking, right? People are entitled to it. You know, people keep trying to change what Donald Trump's doing in the States and what the Democrats are doing. It's not going to change. It's the same here, right? So
I honestly, like, I think yesterday was probably the first. This probably sounds bad, but it's probably the first one that I've watched of Jacinda's, like, her whole speech, right? And because I watched the very first one that she did, but I didn't really watch any of the everyday ones that she did. But yesterday I watched her whole one, and I just couldn't get over about how the reporters were just trying to find loopholes in what their questions, and like, I'm sick of her repeating herself. Like, she just gave us this explanation, right? And I'm like, I get if everyone doesn't agree with me, but I'm just telling my opinion about the reporters, because I was like, they're just asking the same dumb questions for no reason. You're looking for an argument now. You're looking for people in the public to slam Facebook and jump on their keyboard and be like, but you just said this. It's like, you make this decision then, you know, like, I take my hat off to her and have the utmost respect, because that would be hard. And to tolerate that would be frustrating. Like, I was sitting there just like, what? Shut up.
I was watching it going, right, and we need to do a screen grab of this, all right, and then see if we can get in front of those retarded reporters.
Yes.
Because you guys shouldn't be paid for what you guys did yesterday. If not one question was legitimately anything related to how level 2 was, you know, it was all about how can I try and trip up the Prime Minister? And they're going to spin it in the yarn of, oh, hey, you know, we're trying to report the news. We're trying to give an unbiased account. No, you're just being dicks, and you're trying to see if you can, you know, leapfrog ahead of the next person in the journalism ranks. I tell you, in journalism, you guys are terrible. Absolutely terrible. Like,
and it just goes back to your point. It just goes back to your point, and, like, you know, you need to be open-minded to other people's viewpoints. You don't need to necessarily agree with it or be in line with it, but be open to that. You know what I mean? Yesterday I was like, wow, this is shocking, man. And I couldn't understand the state of of Jacinda being like, the pressure of this. And then you've got these guys just like poking and prodding.
She probably walks out the back and goes, I tell you what, give me a set of boxing gloves. I'm going to go knock her out. I'm going to knock him out. Just, you know.
But yeah, absolutely. I'm excited. But yeah, going back to your mental health check, I hope everyone's holding up. Faith just said that she's going to be home alone. That's all good, Faith. That means you'll be doing all the chores. I love it. It's been too long. I've been trying to. Yes, and fair enough, Nick. Fair enough. Being in the same bubble and sharing. Hopefully you can expand that.
And I tell you what, Nick, well, man, props to you, dude. You have done a phenomenal job with what, you know, with your networking business stuff. You know, I watch not all of it. I probably watch 2 or 3 episodes a week, and you know, I've got it. Yeah, you are going up. You're leveling up each day, and it's been a pleasure to watch. And on my board is a list of stuff to do. You're actually on it for me to give you a call today, so I will get back to you today, brother.
I think a couple of weeks back we talked about on how much getting enough sleep. We talked about, you know, what have we learned about ourselves in this time, and now we're getting to the end of it, and we're almost like coming out of our little pigeonholes. This is the time to really reflect on what we have learnt about ourselves. I think this can really give you a definitive answer on what you've learnt about yourself. And like you said at the start of this show, you learnt, you know, having me and Carly and Fee just to message you and be like, are you all good? Or that kept you above water. You didn't realize that until today when you were walking Stella. So this is like, I'm just going on your mental health checkup, you know, now everyone can look at what has happened in the last 7 weeks and actually look at and be like, fuck, what has changed? What have I learnt? What have I inhabited? And really look at those things and go and appreciate it. Or you want to, if you don't want that emotion anymore, get rid of that. If you've learned something new and it's embracing your new lifestyle, then embrace it. It's really those things now where it's going to come into play. Like I said before, it's all been a test. And all those things are coming up now. So that's just my deep little tangent about that part. But, you know.
I mean, I've learned a lot in terms of how to run a freaking business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's you, when you get, I was always taught this, right, with business. You're either going into a crisis, you're in a crisis, or you're coming out of crisis. Right. That's business.
That's a good way. Yeah.
That's it. So, you know, we were in a crisis, right, which was level 4. And it was actually the precursor to that. That was a crisis because no one had planned for it. And I think a lot of people now will start looking at, okay, I need cash flow reserves, because a lot of companies, and you know, we were included, because we were overspending in certain areas, and you know, we could talk a whole lot of business crap, but essentially, we have found that we had holes in the management of the business. We had holes in our operational side of the business. I had holes in my leadership pointers for the business. And so what we're doing now is that we're trying to plug all these holes, right? And it's not going to be a quick fix, but it's starting to be. And I'm now having positive. I mean, I used to, when my phone would ring and it was my accountant, she might be watching because she watches the show.
Yeah.
I would cringe because I'm like, I'm going to get in trouble. And I'll be like looking at it going, do I answer? Do I not answer? Do I answer? Do I not answer? Yeah. What I screwed up on? Oh my God, I've screwed up on lots. And I'll be like, and she wouldn't tell me off, man, because she was trying to get me in the right position. You know, she said to me today, you are in such a better position than you were 2 years ago. And coming out of this, you're going to be in a much better position, possibly not financially, but from a overall business point of view. Yeah. You're going to be way stronger. So when you build, you're going to have way better foundation. So, you know, we're going from like a stick house to a stone house.
Yeah, nice.
That's probably the best way to put it. So, you know, it's
those learning things. Yeah, it is. It definitely is. I need people too, Chuck. You know that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to actually meeting her one day if she ever drives.
Yeah, she will be. She'll be coming in. I'm looking forward to, even though there's restrictions on how many people can be in classes and that, and I said this last night in the zoo class, but I can't wait just to see my mates, and even if it's just 9 people, you know, or even if we've got restrictions on classes, I'm still get to see you, you know. We can still go for a walk on the beach and it's okay, we won't get judged, you know. I can't wait. But yeah, I'm concerned for the economic recovery and the redundancy that will come into it. Yeah, that'll be scary, bro. But I mean, it's how you react and adapt to that, bro. And I'm not a business person, but I'm speaking from instinct. And if you're hungry, you got to eat. And it might the economic thing, I don't know all of that stuff, but this was the right time, I believe, to really hunt down and sharpen the knife.
Yeah, you know, one of the things that, you know, people probably misconstrue about it a little bit is that, and this comes down to how you deal with adversity and pressure and stuff like that. Right. Is if you get made redundant, and that sucks, like, and there are a lot of people that get made redundant, and it's a super sucky position, and you'll probably and it's okay. The first thing is, it is okay to feel shitty. Yeah. It is okay to get upset and angry about it. That is okay to do that. But then at some point, you then have got to pick yourself up and then find deployment, because there are going to be so many new innovative solutions to working. Yeah. That you've just got to broaden your aspects, right? And if you're young enough, you have, and actually, if you're in the middle age to even kind of sort of, you know, in the 40s and 50s bracket, you still have time to reposition yourself and do something different. You might even get an opportunity to go do something completely different that you've always wanted to do, but you've always thought, no, this is not the right time. Yeah, handy. So I second that. And it's and you've got to talk. You've got to talk to your community. You've got to talk to your network and your good people, not the ones that go, hey, let's get on the bus, because that's not exactly the best option to do. Yeah, right.
I second that, bro.
You don't go turn to alcohol and hide your pain. embrace it, and then go talk to people that will kind of point you in the right direction. Sometimes you might need to have that unreasonable friend that will kick you in the ass. But an unreasonable friend will kick you in the ass because they fully believe in your capability and want you to succeed.
Handy. That's some real talk right there, bro. And like it is, like you said, it's okay to be sad and it's okay to be upset about that current situation, but you just got to know that having that open viewpoint and having that open view on knowing that look at the options are in front of you, but I understand the scary and the fear of money and the like losing your job but I believe that if you've got your network, and if you don't, reach out, man. I got you. I'll have a yarn to you.
Yeah,
I know. I'll do what I can to keep you above water. But yeah, like just know that you can do it. There'll be options, and just find that right network of people to reassure you that be open-minded. Yes, this is a little hiccup, but you'll get there in the end, and then you'll realize, fuck, what was I even having a meltdown about when something appears, But that I know that's scary, Nick, but even tell your people, bro, that'll be okay. But yeah, that was deep. This is deep for the morning.
Yeah,
I need to
laugh. Hey, so I just thought we'll finish this off today with I'll just answer a few questions, and also right. So it is now 8:29. An email should have gone out to a majority of you at 8:15 today, right? With the second update to our level 2 kind of protocols and how we're going to do business. In that email will be around how to use the new push press application to book a class, and it's around the equipment return and how to do that. Later today, there will be another email, it'll be the update number 3. That'll have the updated calendar, okay? It'll also have a few extra things around what classes will be Zoom and a few sort of tidy up admin stuff that will be needed to be done. That'll come out later today. At 5:30 today, I will go live on Facebook and Instagram. I think I can do that at the same time using 2 devices.
Yeah,
right?
You probably could.
And
you just won't be able to keep up with the questions. That's probably the only thing.
Yeah, I think we should tweet. Who knows? We'll figure it out. That's what we're good at.
Doing it.
Yeah, we're doing it. And basically, if you've got any questions, you can ask me then directly, and I'll be able to answer them. There might not be any, and that's totally fine as well. Just 2 quick questions that have come up around push press. One is totally understandable that you go and explore the app, right? Because that's what human nature do. You guys want to have a look at it. There's so many features to it that we're going to be incorporating, but at the moment we are just kind of drip feeding you little bits and pieces, so you get so used to one thing, and then we add in a little bit more, and then add a little bit more, then add a little bit more. We didn't want to do a wholesale change all of a sudden, because I don't think we would be able to keep up with the feedback on it, and it would probably have too many holes. So that's the reason why we haven't announced a whole lot of other stuff. 2 is that yes, we will be using push press to do payments, but not yet. Okay. Payments will still stay as they are, however you do it, whether it be through Easy Debit or you do bank transfer or whatever, however it's done at the moment for you. That'll still stay the same. It will change, but not yet. Okay, so just keep it as the status quo, and there will be an update about that this afternoon in the email. But I just wanted to kind of let you guys all know that I know some of you guys have seen, there's details and credit cards. Don't worry about that. Don't even touch it. We will sort all that out for you at a later date. Yeah.
Hey, Nick's just put up here, will you still be using Altar for programming?
You 100% will. And so the beautiful thing about push press and Altar is that they're talking to each other at the moment to have them be integrated, right? So that they can marry up, all right? And we will still use Altar for programming. And then with push press, I believe, and don't quote me on this yet because they haven't figured out the solution exactly right, but then you wouldn't need the Altar app. The workouts will be in push press so you can see it. But I don't know if you can. What they're trying to figure out is how they can manage the recording aspect of it. Yeah. So yes, we just don't know how it's going to be incorporated yet. Yeah. It's all learning as we go. Yeah. That's what that is. Yeah, that's a really long ass way of answering that. But yeah. But please, if you've got any questions, feel free to DM me or wait till 5:30 this afternoon when I jump on live and we can talk some shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think everyone's been getting it.
Yeah. I mean, we've had really, people that have looked at it so far that, this is awesome. So, that's pretty cool. Okay. Would you rather movie edition?
Hit us up. Okay, would you rather be saved by Iron Man or Thor?
Thor.
Iron Man's pretty cool though.
Yeah, Iron Man's dope, bro. Iron Man's, but like Thor's the man. Like Thor's my favorite. True.
Thor's super hot.
Oh, I don't like him like that. But yeah, you just like that blonde beard a la Janway Masters. Like you like that.
I like that white boy, blue eye.
Yeah.
No one in particular. Hit us with your movie edition. Would you rather? Come on, team.
Okay. Would you rather do a fight scene with The Rock?
Oh, yeah.
Or a fight with The Rock or Idris Elba?
Who's Idris Elba?
You don't know who Idris Elba is?
No.
Have you seen Hobbs and Shaw?
The white guy, the white bald guy.
The black bad guy.
What's his name again?
Idris Elba. How do you not know Idris Elba? You'll know him once you see him. He was like being in Snatch and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, he's like okay. No, I would The Rock. I would have a fight scene with The Rock.
Would you rather Frozen or Trolls? It's from Justine.
I was Frozen. I am so Olaf. Have you seen Frozen?
Trolls are awesome.
Olaf, I'd never seen Frozen, and then when I watched Frozen 2, I was like, this Olaf reminds me of me. Like I was sitting there laughing, like, but he sounds like me. Would you rather go to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or go through the wardrobe and the Lion Witch in the Wardrobe? Ooh. Is it Narnia? Is the Lion Witch in the Wardrobe? Is it Narnia?
Yeah, it's Narnia, yeah.
I totally would go Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And yes. Did you know that at high school for a play, I was Augustus Gloop? You know, the fat kid that at the start of the movie, you know how when Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and they all go and then they all start getting culled off?
Yeah.
Augustus Gloop's a fat German kid. That's who I played. and Chuck will remember that. And then Cassie was Charlie. Oh, he was it's not, what's his name? Who's the main guy in the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Charlie?
No, the main guy. The guy that owns all the Oompa Loompas. What's his name? Oh, God.
I don't know. What's his name?
Oh, anyone else? Okay, anyway, would you rather live in Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings? Harry Potter, Hogwarts all day.
Harry Potter.
No one wants to be in Hogwarts.
Lord of the Rings is too nuts. Yeah. I've told you I was on it.
Willy Wonka, that's his name.
That's it. You know I was in Lord of the Rings.
I've never seen it.
We've talked about this, haven't we?
No, I have never seen Lord of the Rings.
You've never seen Lord of the Rings?
None.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. But it would just be living in Meta.
Eh?
Rather than isn't Lord of the Rings from Meta? Isn't that where Hobbiton is?
They filmed part of it there, and then the other part was Waiuru, and all the fight scenes were with the army. I think we talked about this.
Oh, yes. We talked about you being in Lord of the Rings. That's what you said. Yes, okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Nick Coyle said Vikings or Game of Thrones. I'd go Vikings.
I've never seen either. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen like the start of Vikings. The Viking's wife, what's her name? She's super beautiful. And she's like strong and like ruthless. Agatha, I think it's. Someone hit me up. Is it Agatha, the Viking's wife? She's. I rate it.
You rate it? I actually rate the chick from Game of Thrones. I've seen her on Graham Norton a few times, and she's the princess chick that's in charge of the dragons or something. She's
haven't seen Game of Thrones.
Yeah, what's her name? Emily something or other. But yeah, she's pretty hot. Anyway, there you go. That's basically our whole movie knowledge. Live in DC, Marvel, 100% Marvel.
You're good at this. You need to come on more often.
DC sucks. Superman's boring. Aquaman is a cool one.
Is DC Superman Batman?
Nah, yeah, DC Superman, Batman, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, that sort of stuff.
Okay, yeah. And then Marvel is Hulk, Thor.
All the other cool characters.
Spider-Man. I would live in Marvel. Do you know what? That is a really good question. Which universe would it be? Because Lagatha, Eesh, you win. She's a baby.
Would you rather piss your pants every day and no one knows, or never piss your pants but everyone thinks you do? How was that the movie edition? God almighty, Lucy.
Would you rather piss your pants every day? No one knows. Never piss. I'd probably piss my pants every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's worse that everyone, even though I'm not, everyone still thinks that I am.
Rather survive in World War Z or Planet of the Apes? World War Z, that's a pretty heavy one. Planet of the Apes, man, I can't do zombies.
Oh, zombies would be cool. That's what I was thinking level 4 would be like.
No, man. Planet of the Apes, easy.
Yeah,
I'd go to an island where there's no apes.
Yeah, Planet of the Apes would be really cool, actually.
Yeah.
I'm still laughing about Lucy's.
Yeah, Emily Clark, that's the one channel.
Yes, channel.
Google her.
Is she the one? Is she the one on Game of Thrones? Okay.
Yeah.
DC and Marvel universe. What other universes is there? Like in terms of those types of movies?
Oh,
because Lucy, we were talking about how Aya is obsessed with the Descendants, and then the Descendants is the grandchildren of all the Disney movies. Is it Disney? I don't know.
So, it's all the bad people. It's the kids of all the bad people. So like, you know,
of all the like fairy tale movies.
Yeah, of all the fairy tale movies, it's their kids, but it's all the bad people's kids. So like, you know, I don't know. Let's just say, he's a bad person. I don't even know. Yeah. So yeah. Then her daughter or granddaughter or grandson. Yeah. That's what it's based off.
Right, but that's not a universe of like Disney movies, is it?
Yeah, Disney universe. It's called Disney universe.
Okay. Disney universe. There it is, Faith. Thanks, Faith. But she just said Disney.
I feel like I'd punch Disney universe. Just not a fan.
What?
I feel like I'd punch the Disney universe.
Why?
Because
Let's get you stuck in the Disney universe. That'd be funny.
No, man, that'd be bad day at the office. Disney versus Nickelodeon. Henry Danger?
I don't even know who that. The 90s Nickelodeon wins.
Yeah.
The 90s Nickelodeon when Sky TV was like just come out. That was it. Jurassic Park or Jumanji. Oh, that's a good one.
Jumanji. 100% Jumanji.
Yeah.
I heard the other day. That was very good.
I just like the like just how they get stuck somewhere. Oh, Godzilla or King Kong.
Godzilla.
I feel like King Kong. But then I'd go Godzilla because Narcs is obsessed with Godzilla at the moment.
Well, see, Godzilla and King Kong are mortal enemies. So in the next Godzilla movie, because the last one's about the Titans, right? How they got released, and King Kong is actually one of them. He goes back to Skull Island, and Godzilla and him are like apex predators, and they're going to go against each other. That's the next one. Because in the final credits to the last Godzilla movie, it actually talks about how King Kong starts to take over Skull Island, and Godzilla's moving towards there. So that's the next big battle.
Wow. Just how you even know that? Transformers or Star Wars?
Transformers. Dude, Transformers.
Yeah, but I feel like Star Wars is just such a like history maker.
Yeah, but imagine having a car that's a Mustang and turns into Bumblebee.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I'd probably go Transformers too.
Yeah.
Star Wars or Roadrunner.
Roadrunner.
Yeah. Beep beep. What about Star Trek or Star Wars? Same or not?
Star Wars.
Star Trek are the people with the little ears, and the little suits.
Well, that's one of the characters, yeah. That is one of the characters, yes, but it's not the ultimate character. There's Klingons, Romulans.
Anyways, we better wrap today up because this is getting out of hand. We're getting lost. Everyone's not doing their work.
Justine, the biggest Disney stan on planet Earth.
Yeah.
She works out to the Moana song.
I know. That's like, and someone who beats people up and throws people around. Let it go, throw you over there. Let it go.
She probably does sprouts, so you know.
You're a GB, Justine.
Justine, you haven't sent us a quote number before.
Yeah.
Pick a number between 1 and 150, Jay.
Yes. Those were good would you rathers, Justine. I rate that. I could imagine her throwing someone on the ground and then apologizing.
I thought Bumblebee was a Mustang.
Bumblebee's a Mustang. Or Chevy.
It used to be like a Volkswagen in the old ones. But
that's Herbie. You're talking about Herbie that was a Volkswagen.
I know. Or is he a Corvette?
I thought he was
I don't know. Fuck, I don't know about cars, man. Jesus Christ. Look at me. I drive a Hilux.
Well, Carly's got a Holden, man. What do you reckon?
Yeah, well, Carly actually had to sit on a pillow to drive that Holden because she's so low.
Sorry, Carly, I wasn't setting you up for that, but 148. I think we've read this one.
Go 147. Oh, it's a Camaro. Okay. There you go.
Everyone, yeah. Quote of the day, Tuesday. Don't be discouraged. It's often the last key in the bunch that opens the lock. Boom. Good number.
How relatable is that to today?
Yeah, 100%. That is so relatable after all the kōrero that we've had this morning. I'll get that one up and I'll tag you in it, Justine. Mean one. Mean show this morning, bro.
Yeah, it was very good. Thank you very much, team, for chatting with us today. Tomorrow we will be in the last day of level 3. So, again, the show will be on 8:08 a.m. tomorrow morning. Make sure you tune in. Remember, 5:30 today, I will be going live on Facebook and Instagram, and hopefully I don't screw that up. And I'll be answering your questions around the or anything basically around level 2, and in particular the new push press system.
Yo. Have a good day, team. Thanks for joining us. See you tomorrow.